Okay, so let's start here. So I'm going to start and work my way around like I normally do. I'm excited though, I'm excited. But anyway, so yeah, the first card you have your past is death. So yeah, this is a fresh start. This is a fresh start. It feels, you know what it feels like? A fresh piece of paper. You know, you've got a fresh piece of paper, you look at it, what am I going to do on this piece of paper? It's brand new, it's all fresh. I think you're saying no to people with this death card. I think you were saying, no, I'm about to change. I can feel this change. I'm about to move forward. I know that. I'm not moving back. That's what I'm getting. And I think there are a few people, I think there are a few situations at one time that you did keep on going back to. There was a time when you kept on going back around and around, a bit like a carousel, I think. Caught in a bit of a spiral. I'm just looking at this Wheel of Fortune. It's making me think of that. So yeah, you were going back around a lot, and I think you'd done this before. And you know, I think at one time, you know, you'd say no to people. And I was like, no, that's it. No, I'm not going to talk to you again, or I'm not going to do this for you, or I'm not going to do come back to you who's bad for me in love or any other person. I'm not going to do this anymore. No. And then someone would find a way to come back. I'm definitely seeing this in love. Someone would find a way to come back to you in a little bit of an underhanded way, actually. It's like they're a little bit sneakily coming and finding their way back. Just in a very subtle way, they'd start to talk to you. Because, yeah, just looking at the Wheel of Fortune down there again, you know, that can be about people coming back. And there's a jackal coming up and a snake as well. And jackals and obviously snakes can be a little bit shady. So, yeah, I'm just getting that saying, worming their way back in. It's a horrible saying. I don't like it. It makes me feel creepy and horrible. But I think that really describes what they were doing. Sorry, I'm trying to speak properly. I really can speak. So, yeah, so I think that's what someone did to you. And this is in love. You know, you'd say no, then they'd kind of slink away for a while like a snake, and then they'd gradually work their way back in again. And then they'd be like, okay, yeah, okay. And then they'd come back and then they'd do something terrible and you'd say no, and then they'd come back in. So I'm seeing that cycle. You're definitely away from that now. That's what this death card's telling me. Very fresh feeling, beautiful, fresh, new, clean feeling. Feels amazing. And, you know, again, you've been here before, you've said no before, but this feels completely different. It's a totally different feeling. It's almost like you're in a different world now. That's what it feels like to you. Absolutely beautiful. Huge shift, complete shift. Yeah, big transformation. That's what this whole reading is. I can see this right away. And, you know, with you, I think you're really changing in your thought patterns as well and in your feelings. Because, you know, a lot of people think, oh, in this climate, it's really terrible with everything that's happening. I'll never be able to progress. I'll never be able to do anything. I won't be able to do this or that. I'll just have to stop and go to sleep. And, you know, what I'm getting here is that's not how you see things. That's not how you see things. You've got a really good outlook. And I think it's coming from this death card. It's like, yes, I've said goodbye to all of that. And now I'm going to fill this with a very positive, very good outlook. And there's a lot of destruction on this card. And obviously, yes, we all know there's destruction around us. There's sadness. There are bad things around us. We know that. But it's almost like you can see beyond that, which is really, really strong. That's your strength. You can see beyond that. Yeah, so I'll show you that. If you look just in front of this horse's head, you know, there's a little path and it's leading up to the sun. And there are two watchtowers on each side of that. So, and of course, when you're up a watchtower, you can look down and you can see everything. And so I think that's what you're doing. I think you're thinking, now, this time's not good, obviously. We all don't like this time, but we can look past that. We can say, okay, I think there's a future past that, and I think this is what's going to happen, and I'm going to plan for that. So I think that's what you're doing. And there's a spiritual aspect here as well, you know, because you're very, very intuitive, and you can see what's possible. So if that's you, I really hope it is, because it's fantastic. If that's you, keep that vibration up, keep the feelings up. You know, obviously we can't be super happy and positive all the time. I go up and down. I think everyone is a bit, but things are feeling feeling a little bit more stable now in people's feelings. They've had ups and downs. If you're not going through something terrible, obviously, there have been ups and downs, but I think generally there's a more, okay, we've had the ups and downs, we're kind of coming to a little bit more of an even keel now. There are still going to be some, but it's less than it was. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting around you. And yeah, it feels like you are deliberately taking some kind of action to keep your vibrations up. And you can see that in the death card, because the death card's all about cutting out the old things, things that are negative, negative talk, things on social media, anything that's not necessary, you're cutting out. And that's how you're keeping that vibration up. And that's how you're moving forward from this. And that's how you're seeing the possibilities beyond what's happening. So fantastic, fantastic, fantastic card. I absolutely love this. And yeah, so you've got the sun next. What can I say? So beautiful card again. So yeah, so this is showing me as well is you're very, very spiritual. That's one side of you. The other side of you is that you're pure earth. You're an earth sign. So you've got spiritual on one side, earth on the other side. So what that says to me is you can manifest things in your mind, in your spiritual side, and you can achieve them on earth. And you know that. And you've got the magician here. You've got everything here. So you know that. And this is a huge, big cycle, a big change, a big shift in your life. You've got all these amazing cards here, not just these three, but all in this whole reading. Very, very, very powerful. And I think you know this. You feel this. You feel this. And this process has started, this new shift. It started by cutting out the bad things, the things you don't need. All the seeds are being sown right now. Everything's starting up for you. I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but if you're getting this feeling of, I just feel so different. Everything just feels totally different. If that's what you're feeling, that's what this is about. The seeds are being planted. You're on your way. You're on your way to manifesting things on earth, and you're on your way to this big, huge internal shift where you feel a lot better and things move forward for you. So fantastic. So the other thing I'm getting here is, so if you're single, firstly, I'm seeing a few different options in front of you. And the other thing is, again, I'm getting someone, maybe two people, but I think one specific person kind of moving in and out of your life a bit as well. It's someone you're kind of seeing, maybe they're casual, I don't know. There are a few stops and starts here. I don't think you feel all that serious about this person. I'm really getting that feeling. Might be someone you're dating a bit, might be someone you're talking to on and off a bit. And, I hate to say this if you do think you have something going with them, but I don't think you do if this is all resonating with you. It's all out with the old here with the death card. Out with the old. And so I really, really don't think you're going to go back to any old patterns, old cycles. This is all about moving forward, especially if you're kind of half-hearted about someone you're kind of talking to a little bit or not seeing really. You might be like, well, no, out with the old. This is a total shift. I'm moving forwards. That's kind of what I'm getting there. Now, there is someone else here. And it's someone who, this is someone who's older than you. This is if you're single, obviously. Now, it's either you haven't met them yet or you haven't realised that they're the one for you. This is someone who's for you. I would like to say the one for you. This is someone who could be for you. Now, there's a big male energy, very, very masculine energy around them. Now, that doesn't mean they're male. They could be male or female. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a man. Well, it depends on who you are. It could be male or female. You could be male or female. Doesn't matter. It's just a masculine feel, masculine energy. So it might be that they have sons, or it might be that they've got lots of men around them. It might be that they work in a male-dominated industry. Or if it's a man, they are very masculine, very protective as well. I'm getting that as well. So they're very protective. They would want to protect you if you do get together with them. And I'm saying that because I am getting a little bit of resistance here. It feels like you might resist them to start with. Just to start with, because the thing is, you're very, very strong. You're very strong. You're extremely independent. I get that all the time in your readings. Everything you've achieved, everything you've done, everything you're going to achieve, it's all down to you. You've done it yourself. You're going to do things for yourself. So yeah, for that reason, you might be resisting this person in the beginning. For one, they're quite masculine in their ways, in some way. So you might be resistant toward that because you've got that headstrong thing around you. But you know, I think in time you'll get to know this person. You'll realize who they actually are. It does feel extremely positive, I have to say that, with this person. Okay, I'm just seeing this as well. Okay, now if you've got a male relative, you know, or it might be a friend, might not be a relative. So they might introduce you to this person. They might introduce you to this person. So there's that. So just think about that. Think about if you've got a male relative or a male friend, and think about who they know who's a friend. It might be that person if you know who that is. And yeah, you probably won't be thinking, oh, love, I want love when you first see them. But what I'm getting is, in the beginning, there's resistance. Then you start to kind of get to know them, and then it grows from that. So that's what I'm seeing there. But I have to tell you, it feels extremely positive. Again, obviously, this if you're single. So the last card you have your past is the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So yeah, the wheel turns around. This wheel turns around and around. This is like the wheel of opportunity. So it turns around, and what happens is things come to us at the right time. So I think this love connection, I think they're probably going to come to you probably when you're a little bit further along in this process. And that makes sense as well, because no one's really seeing anyone right now. So it'll probably be, you know, when everyone's able to see people all over again, because I'm seeing quite a normal, very natural process how you meet this person. I was seeing that you're going to see them through someone else, and you're actually going to physically see them. So that makes me think that yeah, it'll be maybe in time, in a few months or whenever this is over. And yeah, it feels like maybe you're still in some of the early stages of this process, because there's this big shift here. You know, the first step of this process is, it's in the Death card, you get rid of the old things, discarding, and then the sun illuminates the new ideas that come into you. And that might be happening now. I'm not sure where you are with this, but yeah. And then the last bit is with a wheel. You make progress. You start to do things. You move forward with the ideas that you have. So you can be at any one of these stages. It doesn't matter. And you can also go backwards and forwards between them as well. But you're in some stage with this, even if it's just the very early stages. Again, you know, the seed's been sown. This is happening. You can't stop this, and you don't want to. Look at how amazing this is. Very amazing. And yeah, lots and lots of changes. And I think this time of quiet, you know, this time of solitude, I think it's actually helping this to happen a bit faster than it normally would. Because, you know, you've got less distractions around you. So you can concentrate on all of this properly. So I really hope this resonates with you, because it's so amazing. I have to stop saying that. It really is. I can't believe that. Anyway, the first card you have you present is the Ace of Cups. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. Peace here as well. And again, this is about a process. That's what this card can be about. You know, with the dove going down through the cup, all the way down, you know, some happiness, some tears, lots and lots of things you go through internally. It comes out the other side. So beautiful process. And you've been through a bad process, I think. And I was seeing that in the Death card. I think maybe, maybe 3, maybe 4 years ago, I think you're at this kind of cycle that I was seeing in the Death card, going around and around and around, and you're in this pattern and you couldn't break it. I'm seeing it here. Not just in love, but there was love there, but all areas of your life, but especially in love. You couldn't break a pattern. You're going around and around and around. You tried to get off and you just kept on going back on. That's what I'm seeing. Very destructive pattern that you're in. And okay, don't be angry. I'm not blaming you. I'm absolutely not. But you can be quite headstrong. You can be quite determined and stubborn. Yeah, you can be stubborn. And I think when you picked the wrong person, which is what happened at this time, and that's why you went in this cycle, You were determined to make it work. It was like, even though a part of me knows I shouldn't be with this person, I know it's not going to work, I'm determined to make this work. I'm pushing this, I'm pushing this, I'm pushing this. And I think that's what you did with this. You kept on pushing, and it kind of got worse and worse. And so sometimes this stubbornness and all this determination, it can work really, really well for you. But it can also work against you. So you have to watch that. You have to watch this kind of one-eyed view of things. You make up your mind and you go, right, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to push and push and push and push until I get to where I want. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of flexibility, to kind of go down a road and think, no, actually, that's the wrong road. I need to come back. I think that's something you need to learn a little bit. And I think in this shift, you will do that. So that's a really good thing that's going to happen in the shift for you, if this is you. I keep on getting this really spiritual, really inward-looking energy. And again, I think this is a reminder. This is this part in this process. Keep in touch with that energy. Keep close to that. Listen to what it's telling you. Listen to what it's showing you. This would be a really good time in your life to meditate, if this is something you do, or do something, just sit quietly. Let lots and lots of really good ideas come in, because this is a really, really important time in your life. So you need to be open to what's coming in. And, again, it's really interesting that this is happening at this quiet time, because it's almost like you're being forced to be quiet and listen to yourself. You've got no choice. You can't push and push. You just have to sit and listen. So really, really nice if that's you, if that's happening to you. And with the Empress, I'll just talk about that here as well. Again, look at how peaceful she is. She's so comfortable. And obviously the Ace of Cups can be about new love as well. So we've got that with that new love I was seeing. And I was getting this lots and lots of masculine energy in the Sun card. And, the Emperor's not here, obviously, but, this is the Empress, and she's the opposite of that. She's the opposite of the masculinity. So if this is you, I think when you get to know this new person, it's going to feel like, after a while, after you get to know them, it's going to feel like you're two halves. You're so complementary. You really are, just like the Emperor and the Empress. And again, you've earned this, and that's what I'm seeing in the Ace of Cups as well, because the Empress is where she is because of what she's been through. So you've been through horrible, horrible cycles for years. You've been through these horrible cycles, and now you're coming into this really amazing, very, very positive cycle. It's absolutely fantastic. And, again, I know I'm talking about spiritual things here, but and you understand that side, but again, you've got this very earth side as well. You're very down to earth. So, there are a few things here I think you're working toward, or things that you want to manifest onto the earth. And, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. You absolutely are. What's manifesting in your mind right now? And I'm seeing 2 or 3 things. I'm seeing 2 or 3 specific things, 2 things, and there might be another one. So you've got these things in your mind. You've got these things in your heart. They're going to appear on this earth because you've got all these amazing cards, really amazing. Your name is on this. Your name's on the prize. Your name's on exactly what you want. You're destined to these things. I'm not just saying this. Look at these cards. So you're trying to manifest these things. Again, 2, maybe 3 things. 2 or 3 things. And again, the 4 of Wands. I don't even have to say much about that, because it's really just confirming everything else on this whole reading. And for love as well, the 4 of Wands can mean commitment. Absolutely. So for everything I'm seeing here, it's just confirming everything 100%. Taurus, I've never ever seen such a good reading for you. It really is. There's nothing else I can say. It's just so, so good. It really is. Yeah. So, all right. So I'll go on to the future, because there's nothing else I need to say. It really speaks for itself. I don't even need to say anything at all, really. The first card you have your future is the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, I spoke too soon. No, I'm joking. It's not that bad. You've got all these amazing cards everywhere. So really, it really is the most amazing reading. I've never seen this for you before. But yeah, with this card, I think this is about one of these things you're trying to manifest. Because I'm seeing, Yeah, I'm seeing these 2, maybe 3 things. And this is one of those things. And you've got the Magician here, so manifesting. Now, okay, a couple of things here. Yeah, it looks like something you're doing it's definitely going to take off for you. But I think it's going to take a lot of long-term planning. It's going to take a long time to get there. So this is obviously something work-related, money-related, because you've got this and you've got the Page of Pentacles as well. So, okay, I'm getting a little bit of temptation here. Yeah, it feels like a temptation to sort of hurry things up. So, yeah, if this is work or business or something like that, which it probably is, I'm seeing that work or a business thing, money thing. Okay, how do I say this? Yeah, this is what this is telling you. There's no fast way to do this. There's no fast way to achieve this. You're going to have to take your time. You're going to have to go the slow way, but you will get there in the end with this money thing. You might have 2 other things, but the one of them is the money thing. That's the thing we're talking about here. It's going to take time. And it's a little bit strange because, usually you're not wanting to hurry up. You know that things take time. You know that they take time and you put the work in and, you're in there for the long haul with things.